Hi, I'm Greg Scott. Welcome to week 4, day 5, the final video of the 4-week challenge I agreed to take on. This is tonight. I want to talk about the cybersecurity arms race, and I don't know. Well, I've got a blunt message and I've got a nice message. Part of what I've done for book marketing over the years, as you know, I'm an author, and part of what I do for book marketing is I answer lots of reporter queries. There's this Help a Reporter website. Reporters send queries, I send in answers, and the answers that they like, well, then they might quote you in a blog post or an article somewhere, and that's helpful for book marketing if you get your name out there. That's the idea. Well, I answered a whole bunch of cybersecurity queries, and one huge theme among a lot of them is they want simple answers. What's the one big thing everyone needs to do to stay safe on the internet? That's a big deal. You see it all over the news. Give us a simple answer and dumb it down for us, please, because we're not technology experts the way you are. Here's the thing. The public wants checklists and simple answers, but cybersecurity, it doesn't work that way. Cybersecurity is an arms race, and the good guys need to get smarter because the bad guys keep getting smarter. That's just the truth of it. Hiding behind excuses about how complicated security is, that doesn't help. You want a simple answer? Go one perspective level deeper than normal. If you want to stay safe, this is the one thing you need to do. Stay smarter than the bad guys who want to attack you. That's my blunt message. Here's the same message, but packaged a little more softly. One communication tactic I learned, this actually came from a famous criminal trial a long time ago, back in 1994, when O.J. Simpson was on trial for that terrible murder. Now, don't get started about who's guilty and stuff. Just consider the message here. Johnny Cochran was the defense attorney for O.J. Simpson, and they had this whole controversy about the glove. And Johnny Cochran came up with this stupid rhyme. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Just about as juvenile as it gets, right? But you know what? That trial was in 1994, and right now it's 2019. By my Minnesota math, that's 25 years later. I still remember that stupid rhyme to this very day. And so I came up with a cybersecurity simple message after somebody said, give it to me in 25 words or less. So here it is. This is the message. Take this to heart. Everything you need to know about cybersecurity is packaged up in these 6 words, and it's a rhyme. Care and share to be prepared. That's it. Everything you need to know is right there. Care enough about your own cybersecurity to actually do something about it instead of just talk about it. It's true that you're not running a national security operation in your house, and most businesses don't run a national security operation. It's also true that bad guys want to make money from extortion after scrambling all your important information that you need to operate. And it's also true that attackers want to marshal a whole bunch of us small people as drones to attack bigger targets. Don't be a drone, and don't pay extortion to criminals. And then share. Share what you learn liberally and always. Bad guys spend all day long probing us for weaknesses, and then they spend all night long sharing with each other for how to make their probes better the next day. Good guys need to learn a lesson from that. We've got to get better at sharing than the bad guys. That's it. Now here's a few tactical tips. This is not an exhaustive list, and it's in random order. First up, keep good backups. By itself, keeping good backups would shut down ransomware attacks. If everyone kept good backups, then nobody would need to pay extortion money to criminals to unscramble their files after somebody messed them up. Consider look this up on the internet. Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Just look up Tewksbury, Massachusetts Police Department. It was a police department, and they had to pay ransom money to extortionists to unscramble their files so they could operate their 911 system in their police department because they didn't keep good, well-tested backups. Let that sink in for a minute. A police department. I promised I wasn't going to harangue people tonight. Invest in a high-quality firewall. Everybody should have a good firewall at your boundary with good diagnostic tools and lots of logging. This is the spot where your private world meets the public world. This is the place to put all kinds of diagnostics, and most homes and most businesses don't have it. Antivirus software, keep your antivirus signatures up to date to protect against this growing threat about malware attacks. Don't get too comfortable because antivirus software is not perfect. It's only as good as the signatures, and people keep coming up with new attacks that don't have signatures yet, but it's helpful. Filtering. Use inbound email and outbound web filtering. That might keep a lot of that stuff away. Automation to catch spam and automation to keep people away from malicious website. It's not perfect, but it helps. All those things are layers of defense. If an attacker breaches one wall, make sure they still need to breach another software wall. That was a few layers. Your firewall keeps unsolicited stuff out. Filtering keeps you from soliciting stuff you're not supposed to solicit. Antivirus software is supposed to scan what you let in. Good backups give you a way to recover. And all those technology layers still aren't good enough. Let's look at the biggie, vigilance. There will never be any substitute for old-fashioned human vigilance. It won't exist. Don't believe the hype about artificial intelligence and how it's going to protect all of us. Consider this: the bad guys will have the same artificial intelligence that the good guys have. If you want to look at the most important cybersecurity person in the whole world, hold up a mirror. That's all you got to do. You can't delegate it, not to somebody else, not to technology. It's on each of us individually. And even after all that, after you do everything right, you still might get hit. What do you do after a security incident? Well, many people in businesses go through denial and then they hide after a security incident. Don't be like many people in businesses. Be smarter. If you're a business, get out in front of that train and lead. Share with the public what happened, how much you lost, what you learned, and what steps you're taking to recover. Operate in the open and restore trust. Don't hide. Hiding destroys trust. And that's it. That's the last of 4 weeks of videos. It's time for a book plug. If all the content I've put together over the past month, and even before that, I have a whole lot more content. If that stuff is all helpful to you, help me out. Buy a copy of Bullseye Breach and buy a copy of Virus Bomb. I'll put a link to the book pages below. And then do me one more favor. If you read my books, please consider posting a glowing online review, especially on Amazon, because Amazon's the most powerful retailer in the world these days. That stuff helps with book marketing. I can't describe to you how much that helps with book marketing, but it also helps with my self-esteem. That's a big deal. If I know that people appreciate my work, that makes me want to bust my butt to do it more and do it better. And so, like those two old guys said on that corny wine cooler commercial a long time ago, thank you for your support. Except, I'm not satirizing it here. I really mean it. Thank you for your support. I depend on it.